The end of the month. End of the month. 30th is my first day. Yeah, I accepted it. Yeah, it was a tough decision. I had a great boss.
I'll call the town council meeting to order. If you please stand for the pledge of allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Councilman Marker will now read the names of any officers that have been killed since our last meeting.
Patrolman Troy Floyd of the Summit Police Department, Missouri. End of watch Thursday, August 8th. Cause of death, gunfire. Deputy Sheriff Hunter Reedy of the Smith County Sheriff's Office, Virginia. End of watch Friday, August 9th. Cause of death, gunfire. Deputy Sheriff Brandon Cunningham of the Paulding County Sheriff's Office, Georgia. End of watch Saturday, August 17th. Cause of death, gunfire. Patrolman James Crowley of the Chicago Police Department, Chicago, Illinois. End of watch Thursday, August 22nd. Cause of death, vehicular assault. Investigator Taylor Jamison Bristow of the Carroll County Sheriff's Office, Georgia. End of watch Friday, August 23rd. Cause of death, gunfire. Police Officer Austin Masciatar of the San Diego Police Department, California. End of watch Monday, August 26th. Cause of death, vehicular assault. Police Officer Darren Lee Burks of the Dallas Police Department, Texas. End of watch Thursday, August 29th. Cause of death, gunfire. And finally, Officer Felicia Carson of the Osage Beach Police Department, Missouri. End of watch Saturday, August 31st. Cause of death, vehicular assault.
We don't have a preacher here, so I think we'll just continue the meeting. All right, could we have the roll call, please?
Councilmember Jim Marker,
Present.
Councilmember Larry Balla,
Present.
Council President Rick Rifa,
Present.
Councilmember Melissa Robbins, Councilmember Tony Hobson.
Present.
All right, each member has received a copy of the August 6 minutes. What's the pleasure of the council?
Move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carries. We have the claim. There are no claims today. We'll have those next week.
Yes.
Could we have the announcements, please?
We have two announcements this evening. First announcement is the next town council meeting will be on Tuesday, September 17th at 7 p.m. There will be a study session at 6:30, and one will follow if necessary. Announcement number two, there will be a water board meeting on Tuesday, September 17th, followed by the town council meeting.
All right, do we have any communications? Reports? Police?
The only thing I have is our police department will be having the community public safety day and community day, along with our fire department. That's September 21st from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. It'll be at the YMCA 1325 Broad.
Okay. Fire? Okay, great. All right, we'll go to public comment. If anybody has a comment on any of the agenda items, now would be the ask the question for those. Okay, we'll go straight to new business. Mr. Hobson, you have the first item.
Yes. I have the findings of facts for 200 North Wood Street, assigned as a B4. Currently, the property has no zoning classification. This is just looking to zone it a B4. They went in front of Plan Commission, and we had a favorable recommendation to go ahead and allow that zoning. I would like to make a motion to rezone this property to a B4.
I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The motion carries. Next item, Mr. Marker.
Yes, sir, I have a fire protection automatic aid agreement. This agreement made and entered into this day, September 10th of 2024, by and between the Highland Fire Department, Lake County, Indiana, and the Griffith Fire Department, Lake County, Indiana, whereas the Fire Department and Highland of Griffith Fire Department, let me start over here. Whereas the Griffith Fire Department and the Highland Fire Department desire to participate in automatic aid. And whereas both above-named fire departments are dedicated to providing the highest standard of fire protection services to the respective fire district. Whereas the Griffith Fire Department and the Highland Fire Department desire to enter an agreement for automatic aid and assistance for structure fire calls only. The purpose of the agreement is to establish a framework for automatic aid between Griffith Fire Department and Highland Fire Department. Chief, do you have anything else you want to add to this? So I don't have to read 3 pages?
You know, it gives us both a leg up on structure fires, and we'll be paged out at the same time, so, we'll have a little more help available, a little more quickly.
All right, good deal. I make a motion authorizing town council president and fire chief to sign off on this fire protection automatic aid agreement for structure fires only.
We have a motion
Second.
and a second. Any discussion? All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The motion carries. All right, Mr. Bally, you have the next item?
Whereas C-Trax Think Train Week is to be held across the U.S. from September 23rd to the 29th, 2024, and whereas 2,192 rail grade crossing collisions resulted in 765 personal injuries and were responsible for 248 fatalities in the United States during 2023 and whereas 1,378 pedestrian trespassing casualties have occurred in the United States, resulting in 663 pedestrians being killed and another 715 injured while trespassing on railroad property rights of way during 2023. And whereas educating and informing the public about rail safety, reminding the public that railroad right-of-ways are private property, enhancing public awareness of the dangers as associated with highway rail grade crossings, ensuring pedestrians and motorists are looking and listening while near railways and obeying established traffic, and will reduce the number of avoidable fatalities and injuries caused by incidents involving trains and citizens. Whereas the International Association of Chiefs of Police, National Operation Lifesaver, Inc., United States Department of Transportation, and all local, state, and county and railroad law enforcement officers, first responders, and all railroad corporations commit to partnering together in an effort to educate at a national level all aspects of railroad safety, to enforce applicable laws in support of National C-Trax Think Train Week. As showing support of this proclamation of National C-Trax Think Train Week in terms of safety, I make a motion that Council President Rick Rifa signs this on behalf of the entire town of Griffith.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The motion carries. We have another proclamation. Mr. Hobson.
Yes, I have proclamation. There we go. September 17, 2024 marks the 237th anniversary of the signing of the Constitution of the United States by the Constitutional Convention, led by James Madison, George Washington, and Benjamin Franklin. These brilliant men created a new form of government that became the standard for self-government to the world. It is the privilege and duty of the American people to commemorate the anniversary of the drafting of the Constitution of the United States of America, the guardian of our liberties. Public Law 915 guarantees the issuing of a proclamation each year by the President of the United States of America designating September 17th through the 23rd as Constitution Week. I would make a motion that we declare that September 17th through the 23rd is Constitution Week and give President Rick Rifa the authorization to sign this proclamation.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The motion carries. We have one more item to address. That is a resolution.
We have a fireworks permit.
Oh, I'm sorry. Mr. Marker, if you want to handle the next item with the
Yes, sir, we have a
fireworks.
fireworks permit from Griffith Public Schools for Panther Pride Night, September 13th. We do have a fireworks display permit that's been filled out pending safety committee approvals. I make a motion authorizing fireworks display permit be approved.
Second.
Motion and second, any discussion? All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no, the motion carries. So we do have another resolution. Mr. Hobson, if you want to introduce that, it's a resolution regarding the petition to appeal the max increase above the levy. We're in a budget season right now. Our financial advisors advise us this would be a very good time to do this, as we may not have an opportunity in future years based on the high increase of assessed value we've witnessed over the last several years. So our assessed value this year, we believe it's increased about 1.029%, which is considerably less than it has over the last 3 or 4 years, where we saw, I think, a cumulative of almost 38% increase over these years. So, Mr. Hobson, if you want to introduce the resolution, please.
Yeah, Resolution 2024-6, a resolution and petition to appeal for an increase above the maximum levy. Whereas FSG Inc., the financial advisor to the town of Griffith, Indiana, has advised the town council of the town of Griffith, Lake County, state of Indiana, of the need to appeal to the Department of Local Government Finance for an excess property tax levy. And whereas FSG Inc. has determined, along with the town, that the petition shall be for the amount and reasons stated below. Appeal type is a 3-year growth factor. Total appeal amount, $505,000. Now therefore be it resolved, the town council of the town of Griffith, Lake County hereby resolves to proceed with a petition for an excess property tax levy to the Department of Local Government Finance to increase the taxing unit's maximum levy. And we represent that the taxing unit cannot carry out government functions under its current max levy for the ensuing calendar year without the excess levy. I'd make a motion to adopt resolution number 2024-6.
We have a motion.
Second.
Mr. Estrada, do we need a roll call vote on this?
I would, yes.
Okay, can we have a roll call vote, please?
Jim Marker,
In favor.
Larry Balla,
In favor.
Rick Rifa,
In favor?
Tony Hobson.
In favor.
We have 4 in favor. The motion carries. All right, now we will go to the last item on the agenda, business license hearing for the Essence Spa. Do we have representatives from the Essence here? Okay, would you please state your name and your affiliation? Okay. Does your father speak English? Okay. Okay. All right. Anybody representing the prosecution on this?
I'm Your Honor.
Okay. Would you like to begin? Mr. Estrada, would you like to go over any ground rules that should be in place for this?
Yeah, so ma'am, could you step up to the, that side of the podium and,
Here?
Attorney Vega, please, yes, could you stand up? So this is administrative hearing, and the rules of procedure and evidence are followed as closely as possible to determine whether the business license should be continued, suspended, terminated, or whatever action this town council deems as appropriate. By ordinance, this is the council has the hearing authority on this matter. So you're gonna get a chance to explain your side. The town's gonna get a chance to explain its side. And you can produce any witnesses you want or any documents you have to submit to the town to review as well, okay? So you could, excuse me?
I don't understand.
Ma'am, do you understand and speak English?
Just a little bit.
Okay. Well, you understand you had to come here to discuss the business license, correct?
I think so.
Okay, you need to speak into the microphone.
Could you stand up here a little closer so you can just come in front of us? That would be great. Okay, that's
Right
good.
here?
Look,
So
yeah.
we're recording everything, and we're taking minutes of everything that's said, so we need you to speak into the microphone clearly, okay?
She's got it, Mike. Jim.
Like this?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
So could you state your name?
Okay, my name is Edie Ming.
Okay. And it'd be helpful if you could give your address as well.
For what?
Your address,
1342 Brandywine Drive, Munster, Indiana.
Okay. And so you understand and speak English?
Just a little bit.
Mr. Estrada, do we need to swear in this witness?
Yeah, we should swear in any and all witnesses that are going to testify today. If you could stand up and we'll do them all at once.
All right, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Ma'am?
Ma'am.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Estrada. I think we're about to have all the evidence introduced.
Yeah, I'm just thinking of a legal issue in my head.
Okay.
If we could just get on the record, who, you were served notice and you're aware there's a hearing today, correct?
Sorry, I don't understand. Sorry.
I have a question. Why do you think you were here?
Because we have a mail, we got a mail, it says we have a hearing at here.
Okay, and
Yeah.
what was the hearing for, just to make sure we're on the right page?
It's for my dad is, the massage salon.
For the business license?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah.
So that's what this hearing is for. It has nothing to do with anything else. It's a determination of if we will renew or revoke or do nothing with your business license. So
Just for the business license.
business
Yeah.
license, that's all we're talking about.
Yeah,
there.
okay, thank
All
you.
right, okay. All right, would you like to introduce your evidence and any opening statements?
Yes.
Okay.
At this time, I'll Detective Shun. I'll have a closing statement.
Okay. Do we need the detective's full name for the record?
Yeah, I have one more question.
Okay, all right.
Detective, could you give us your name for the record?
Yeah, Detective Jacob Schoon, Schoon.
And can you tell us where you currently work?
I'm employed by the Griffith Police Department as a detective.
And how long have you worked there, sir?
17 and a half years.
And have you worked, how long have you worked in the capacity as a detective?
Just a little over 13 years.
Earlier this year, Detective, did you have reason to investigate a business located on 821 West Glen Park Avenue in Griffith, Indiana?
Yes.
And can you tell me briefly why?
The Griffith Police Department received an anonymous tip stating that there was a new business at 821 West 45th of West Glen Park that was a massage parlor, and they found it suspicious that the windows were blocked, that the clientele was all male, and they were concerned and wanted to make sure that it was not violating any town ordinance or laws.
I'm going to approach you, sir, and I'm going to show you what I've labeled as Exhibit A. Can you take a look at it and look up at me when you're done? Do you recognize what's in Exhibit A, sir?
Yes, that's the exterior of 821 West Glen Park, the All Essence Spa.
At this time, I move to admit Exhibit A. Any objection? This is Exhibit A, pictures of the business.
I have no idea, sorry. Because we just bought this one, just couple days, and
Okay.
you know.
I'm moving to admit Exhibit A.
Okay.
So these are,
Rick, you need to
Well,
either rule to enter the exhibit or deny the exhibit.
Okay. All right, we'll rule that it is exhibited. If the clerk can please mark that as Exhibit A, please.
it's already marked.
It's marked.
Oh, it is, okay.
And so I'm gonna give this photo, and you already described that this was the business that you investigated, that was 821, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And you mentioned that the name of the business was the All Essence Spa,
Yes.
and at a later time, was the name of the business changed to another business name?
The signs didn't change, however, further on in our investigation, we learned that there was also the name of Sunlight LLC.
So, Detective, I'm going to approach now with what I've labeled as Exhibit B. Can you take a look at all the documents as a group exhibit, and then look up at me when you're done? Bring the mic so it's a little tell me generally what Exhibit B is?
Exhibit B is a copy of the application for business license that was submitted to the town of Griffith in late 2023. This one was dated, I believe it was maybe the January 3rd, no, excuse me, December 29th of 2023, for All Essence Spa at 821 West Glen Park in Griffith.
Okay, and then at the last page, I apologize. Can you look at page 3? Can you tell me what that is?
This is a town of Griffith wellness spa business license that's been issued to All Essence Spa at 821 West Glen Park Avenue, Suite B, issued on January 3rd of 2024.
And it has the license business BL 221049, correct?
Correct.
And this was issued on January 3rd, 2024?
Yes.
And I believe you indicated earlier that it was in early 2024 that you started investigating this business, correct?
Correct.
And I also moved to admit Exhibit B for the record. Any objection? I don't see an objection.
All right, this
Exhibit B.
Exhibit B is submitted or admitted.
Now, Detective, isn't it true that you investigated this business not just early 2024, but throughout the year, correct?
Yes, over the course of many months, we conducted a long-term investigation, yes.
Okay. Can you tell me what you did to investigate in April 2024?
In April of 2024, we conducted video surveillance of the business, recorded video surveillance over the course of several days, recording the comings and goings of patrons.
And can you tell us what you saw?
One of the things that caught our eye was the fact that only male unaccompanied patrons were allowed into the business, and they were only allowed into the business once they rang a doorbell next to the completely mirrored glass doors. There were a few occasions where females went to the door, rang the doorbell, or if it happened to be open, walked in, they immediately turned around and walked back out again as though they weren't welcome there.
And Detective, can you tell me when you viewed this in April, were there any male employees that you observed?
None.
And then later on in May, were you able to do any investigation as to whether this business had a license to the state of Indiana for massage?
Yes, we did check through the state of Indiana through their searchable license database, and there was no state license for massage for this business.
Okay. And Detective, was there a time where there was further search into, in April, the trash of this business and what you uncovered?
Yes, so we conducted what was called a trash pull, where we arranged with Republic Services to move the business's dumpster to a secure location, where we went through all the contents of the entire dumpster, and were able to determine which trash belonged to the accounting firm that shares that building, and which trash belonged to Girls on the Run, which also shares that, and then the trash that belonged to All Essence Spa.
And when you were able to sift through the trash that belonged to All Essence Spa, what can you tell us that you found?
We found mail addressed to the All Essence Spa. We also found approximately 50 empty open condom wrappers in the same bag.
And this was, can you tell us for a period of how much time between the trash was searched?
The trash was approximately 7 days old.
So in 7 days, you were able to find that many opened
Correct.
male condoms? Okay. And this led to further investigation, correct?
Yes.
Okay, can you tell us what happened in early September?
In early September, utilizing the assistance of an undercover officer, the officer entered into the business where he was met by a lone female employee. He was able to speak with her and negotiate a sex act in exchange for money.
And this occurred in early September this year, correct?
Yes.
And as a result of that, was a search warrant requested?
Yes, Detective Mowry requested a search warrant and was given the search warrant, which was then executed on the business.
And that was done in early September?
Correct.
Now, I'm going to show you, Detective, what I've already pre-labeled as Exhibit C. Can you take a look at it and then look up at me here? Yeah. Ma'am. So, in, I'm showing you Exhibit C. Was that an item that you were able to get from the search warrant?
Yes, that is a ledger we recovered inside the business.
And ma'am, do you have any objection to the introduction of Exhibit C? As it-
Sorry, what's that?
Do you object to me introducing this as evidence to the record?
I don't understand the story.
Listen, she's not the party anyway. The owner's sitting right there, he's not participating. If he chooses not to participate in this hearing or not have a legal representative, he does at his own peril. But she's not are you an attorney?
What is that?
Are you a lawyer?
Huh?
Are you a lawyer? You the law?
No.
Okay.
Okay, so if the owner's sitting there, if he wants to participate, he can.
I move at this time to eliminate Exhibit C.
All right. Exhibit C is accepted without objection.
And so, in looking at this, I looked at it myself, Detective, and can you just explain to me how you were able to do so? This was a ledger for the business.
Yes, so we were able to determine that there are several lines in there that indicate dates. Under those lines are time periods, a start time along with 30 or 60, sometimes 45, but generally speaking, 30 or 60, which when our undercover officer was there, those were the time increments that were offered as the massage package. And I should say that there's also monetary or numbers underneath that we believe represent some sort of payment or a financial bookkeeping.
And these figures, as you mentioned, matched what, as you alluded to, what the other undercover officer experienced when he went to see if he could get services, correct?
Correct.
And what I found interesting in looking through Exhibit C, Detective, was the last page I have here, and I'm just going to read into it. It says, I, Mr. Bowe, I will not be using any chemicals at my establishment to the best of my knowledge. This is true, name, date, and a signature. Now, when looking through these ledgers, can you tell us from what period to what period they were for?
The overall, we recovered two separate ledgers. Both ledgers cover from December 29th through August 12th.
August 12th of this year?
Of this year, yes.
And as you mentioned, they seem to be dates and money charged for different sessions, correct?
Correct.
And the name Mr. Bowe is the person that is asking for a license for Sunlight LLC, correct?
Correct.
But here in this ledger, what's interesting is that his name appears in this ledger when this business was owned by All Essence Spa, correct?
That is correct.
Okay. And from this search warrant, was there also an arrest made?
There was.
And in general terms, can you tell us what this person said, the person that was arrested, their name and what they said?
I couldn't pronounce the name if I tried. However, we determined that the person who was arrested was the wife of Mr. Lund, who was the applicant for this business permit. She was the one who arranged and negotiated the Sex Act for money when our undercover was there.
And so, from your training and experience, detective, from reviewing the ledgers, speaking with the person who was arrested, is your experience that this occurred throughout the time of not only Sunlight LLC, but when All Essence Spa was conducting business?
The patterns that we observed through surveillance, as far as male clientele, only female employees, the hours that were kept, including Sundays, which were not part of their permit, none of that changed over the course of our investigation from the beginning of 2024 through September, including under both names.
May I approach the witness?
Just,
So I'm looking now at Exhibit B, Detective. Can you read into the record what it says in the application regarding the detailed type of work conducted at this business for the All Essence Spa?
Yes, the applicant, Todd Jurich, had indicated that body massage, facial massage, beauty facials, Asian cupping, pedicures, body scrubs, foot massage, mineral therapy, heat pad, and stone treatments would be conducted on site.
And in your experience, do you believe that's what was being conducted at that business?
Outside of the body massage, no. In fact, I would say that when we conducted our search warrant, there was no evidence that we observed for body scrubs or cupping or hot stone massage, or when the original owner had approached the town council, he stated he would do Zumba classes and yoga. We found no evidence of any of that either.
No equipment or the room to be able to do any Zumba classes or anything like that, correct?
Correct.
No further questions at this time from this witness.
okay. Would you or your father like, or anybody else representing you, like to question the detective on any of the statements he just made?
You mean any more questions?
For him, do you have any questions for him?
Sorry, I even don't know who is
Okay. All right, so if you'd like to come and stand in front of the microphone again, I just want to make sure we got everything clear with your name and all of that, so we've got recording.
over there.
Yeah. All right, did we get the correct spelling of the witness's name, Mr. Estrada? Or could you spell your name?
Yidimeng.
Okay. And then your address was in Munster,
Yeah.
and you were, the affiliation with, your father owns the spa?
Yeah.
And did you work at the spa?
No.
Never?
No. I only been there one time.
Okay, and you're only here because your father doesn't speak English?
Yeah. Only understand a little bit. Actually, my husband can help me, but he's in China now.
Okay, all right. So I just want to make it clear. So this is a business hearing license
Yeah.
to determine whether we revoke, continue, or do something else with your father's business license. So if you felt that anything may have been stated wrong by the detective, I don't know if you're understanding me, but do you do you disagree with anything that has been stated?
Sorry.
Okay, all right.
So can I
Okay.
just know who is him?
He is a detective with the Griffith Police Department.
Oh, so he's the officer?
Yes.
Oh, okay, got
So he was the one who was investigating the potential problems at the spa.
it. Okay, I understand.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right, does anybody have any questions or?
How long has your father owned the business?
Uh,
When did he open?
just a couple days, or maybe around 10 days, I think.
10 days?
Around 10 days, but how many days, I have no idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know who your father bought the business from?
I don't know the name, but I think he knows.
The detective knows? Or your father knows?
Your father knows.
I think he knows, yeah.
Could you ask him who he bought it from?
So the name of the owner?
That he bought it from?
就是他想问你上家老板的名字，你有没有？你得问我妈，这个你得有，你问我妈。
就那老板的名字啊。
对。He go to ask him. Sorry.
I just want to make sure we've got the right parties in front of us for the right business license.
The hearing today is for the past owner's business license and the new owner's request for one.
And have they submitted in paper writing yet for the new one?
They haven't been
Okay.
operating without one.
But they have put an application in?
Yes.
So this is, it's a revocation and a denial for the two things, potentially.
It's a revocation for the All Essence Spa LLC, and then approval of the Sunlight LLC application that was submitted on or about August 12th.
Okay, just make sure we got it all right. Okay.
That's what I was asking.
Yep, very good, good question. So, all right, so, that's fine, so I think we've got that from our records.
We know who owned the Essence then, correct?
In Exhibit B, you'll see that the business was owned by someone named Todd Jurich,
Okay,
which is in Exhibit.
so we got it, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Do we have anything else from the prosecuting attorney?
A brief closing.
Okay,
You know, it doesn't bring us joy to close a business. However, we have to be mindful of our community. And in here, unfortunately, not a single act, but many acts of prostitution have occurred at this business. From when the business originally got its license in January of 2024 till the business was investigated in September 3rd, where a search warrant was conducted and more evidence was gathered. The detective mentioned just in 1 week period, there was more than 50 wrappers found of used condoms. And so I think that's a blight to the community here in Griffith. And more so, they violated sections 1854 and 1874 of the Griffith Town Code. The detective mentioned that when they were observing this business in April, only males were going in, but it was just female employees that were receiving these patrons. And 1874 says that it's unlawful for any person to massage a person of the opposite sex except upon the signed prescription of a licensed physician, etc. That right there, to me, indicates that they violated that. And also, more importantly, 1854, which says that a business license can be revoked if they knowingly or falsely put something in their application that isn't true, which is done here. The detective read in the record what the business was for, and obviously that's not the type of business that was being run, unfortunately, here. And because of those reasons, I would just ask that the All Essence Spa license be revoked that was issued on January 3rd, 2024, and that no license be issued to the Sunlight LLC.
all right, right there. Did you have any comments? Did you want to say anything else before we make a ruling whether to keep your license or not?
No, we're good.
Okay, all right. So, any other comments or questions from the council in regard to this matter? So I think a motion would be in order to either revoke or renew the first license for the Essence.
I'd like to make a motion to revoke the Essence license.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? All in favor of that motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The motion carries. The license is revoked. We have one more matter on the table. That would be the application we received for the new business, which is entitled
Sunlight LLC.
Sunlight LLC. So the application has been received. It's in the reviewing process. Is there a recommendation or a motion from the council on what to do with that particular license?
I'll make a motion to deny that license.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to deny the license. Is there any discussion? All in favor of that motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The motion is carried and the application for the license is denied. This concludes the hearing. Is there anything that Mr. Strata you'd like to clean up at all or
Just
talk
that
about?
the council would please direct the clerk to send correspondence to both owners regarding today's ruling.
Got it. So, Ms. Smith, you've got the directive, please send the correspondence to both parties involved in the notification of the denial of the current license and the revocation of the other license. And anything else that needs to be done administratively before we close the hearing? All right, the hearing is closed. We'll go back to the town council meeting. For public comment, anybody have public comment or question on anything? Now would be the time to ask it. All right, seeing no public comment, the